in the back. I'm gonna need y'all silence because we about to go live. It's an impromptu live session that we about to do, so y'all already know how we like to set it off. We setting it off. So we live on Restream, YouTube, and Instagram. So we're gonna stay in that Wiz Khalifa vein, cause you know, I feel like cushion orange juice is appropriate, man.
Cushion orange juice,
Cushion orange juice. Let's go with this.
It's your boy, Mr. Easy Wider, right here on WEED. And I'm letting y'all know it's time to put your windows down and pass that weed around. Yeah, go ahead and place your order at Nobu, cause this is Cushion Orange Juice ×2. We gon' do a million things, and we can pack it up and fly in the plane. We can take it like she European train. Show you how my lifestyle these days. We can have a little baby, take you to the crib and do some free things. And the vitamins I give you all D. You fuck me like a 5-star freak, man. Couple carrots in every rain. Private plane, fill the buckets with champagne. She ain't thinking about a wedding day. Update her story, letting everyone know she landed safe. She like to smoke weed every day. Rolling up a stogie while she let the oldies play. Hair long, you don't know her race. She cool with y'all, but she wanna be with Taylor Gang. We gon' do a million things, and we can pack it up and fly in the plane. We can take it like she European train. Show you how my lifestyle these days. We can have a little baby, take you to the crib and do some free things. And the vitamins I give you all D. You fuck me like a 5-star freak, man. And we ain't spent time in a minute. No one on your mind, intuition. Told you was gonna be mine in a minute. No, you gon' pull up and vibe with me anyway. We can do a million things, and we can pack it up and fly on any plane. We can take it like she European train. Show you how my lifestyle these days. We can have a little baby, take you to the crib and do some free things. And the vitamins I give you all D. You fuck me like a 5-star freak. Now she starting to dress like me, wearing Rick instead of Nike. She working out, we doing yoga and hiking. Grown as hell, so we spend our time wisely. But still down for a rock star night where I'll let you pick a bad bitch to slide with. We can smoke weed all night, go back to the yacht and play my shit. It's gang, you know what the vibes is. We can pick it up and fly on any plane. We can take it like she European train. Show you how my lifestyle these days. We can have a little baby.
I think if we just shorten it we can have a this doesn't sound like a computer. No, you need one sentence that says it. The rest you can go into in and out of jargon. Not jargon, but it's like just what's the first sentence?
Sucker free. That's why the niggas you be with talk down like they don't fuck with me. I get money realistically, and the homies show me love. Groupies wanna lead a club with me. Ain't nothing to a G. Let your hair blow in the breeze, pour some bomb ass weed. Get high, cruise at a jet speed. Do it like I do it for TV. 675 dummy air LBs. 7 something with tax. And when I'm on the plane, I can carry on the match. Nigga, that's fly shit. Tryna keep game, little homie, just watch this. Champagne in my cockpit, talking about you got a man, mommy, just stop it, please. As we proceed to give you what you need to roll out your talking it. I'm here living it, niggas know that we doing a thing, cause we out here getting it, I rep the game.
I know, but you gotta change.
on the real. My lane for trying to slide, gotta bring one for Will. Just another day in the life, another plane, another night. Getting faded with another nigga wife. Drinking hella champagne, take a rave with the Sprite. Then I'm up in the AM to catch another flight. Niggas rapping the game, simply because everything else lame. The fans want real niggas, them hoes looking for change. I seen it all, player in the game. First they biting the flow, now they jumping on the slave. I'm out here living it, niggas know that we doing our thing, 'cause we out here getting it, Yeah, I rep the game. Nothing changed, still rep the game, So I'm
It's like you write some things or you write some
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You already know, y'all. We live. We live on Twitter. We live, y'all. So, you know what? This is special because we doing something late. We doing something after hours. And if y'all notice, the start time is later. But if y'all tapped in a little bit earlier, y'all might have saw us at the Worldcoin store today. You know what I'm saying? So that shit was super lit. Shout out to RC. Shout out to Marlon. Shout out to Tia for putting together a dope mixer. You know what I'm saying? So we took over Ponce City Market today. So that shit was super dope, man. It's Investfest Weekend. We got two special guests here. Two ladies here. We got Kas Vegas. And we got Bleu in the building. You know, these ladies are representing Blue Water, you know. And we're going to put this mic in between y'all. Put that right there on the shoulder. So we good, y'all. I just want to let y'all know this is your boy T.Gold. This is episode 80 of the TCK Web3 News Roundtable. And this is late night after hours news recap, what we're going to do today. But we ain't going to do news. The only news we're going to talk about is ETH hitting the all-time high. But besides that, we're going to talk about Investfest Weekend. We're going to interview these ladies because these are some of the most phenomenal women I've met in this space. We got this magazine here on the table. You see this right here? Jason Tatum on the cover. This is Forbes. If you open this up, you know, these ladies is in this magazine for being some innovative people in Web3. So they're being recognized by major publications. So it's only right that we have Kas and Bleu here. We got to give them their own time, you know, because they special ladies like that. You heard?
Appreciate
you. Ladies, how y'all doing? How y'all feeling? How did y'all enjoy this past 3 days for Investfest Weekend? I'm curious to know, and Kas, you get a lot of compliments on your hair too.
I did. I got a lot of people honking their horns when we were walking, calling about the hair. It was pretty funny. But thank you, appreciate it. It's been a good weekend. You know, we've been bouncing back and forth from ABC to the bookstore to where the Worldcoin event, back to ABC. So we what is your hat? I guess busy.
Hey,
we stay busy. Busy. So yeah, it's been great.
That's right.
Yeah. Bleu, you want to add anything?
Bleu. How'd you enjoy the weekend? How'd you enjoy the festivities?
This weekend was phenomenal. I don't know where to start. From Friday's activation to Saturday's activation, and then rolled into today's, you know, to top it off with like the ice cream with the cherry on top, you know. So I thought it was great. And then getting to meet all the different individuals that came from all over the United States. You know, there's some people that we have here just in the side audience that you can't see, that's traveled, you know, for Investfest, and they have like phenomenal businesses, and they're just like great individuals. And there's just something about that water, you know, that water, where you get to meet the same people that's like-minded, you know. And so I really appreciate it. So I've been really thankful for the whole entire weekend, and I'm just proud of, you know, the entire ABC community, and just getting to meet, you know, all the people that came in for Investfest and the networking we got to do too.
Dope. So yeah, man, Friday we had Vince and we had a Sheila, and they were representing their respective brands. And big up to Coffee and Crypto. That's Vince's brand. You know, he got some coffee that he's white labeling. Some Web3 coffee. So, you know, you got to stay turned up in this space because this shit don't stop. It's 365, 24/7. So big up to him. Big up to Shayla. They were out there doing content catalyst. So that was super dope. And we had the folks from Vibranium out here, and they were actually part of EYL. So we had some EYL folks in the building, you know, and we had to give them some game. You know what I'm saying? So real talk, you know, Marlon and Just Cheeze, man, had to give them right. You know, they got something they was working on, but you know, when you step into this place, man, you got to make sure you cross your T's and dot your I's because we got some very knowledgeable people in this space. So, you know, we helped them get right. So big up to them. You know, that happened Friday night. And then Saturday, you know, we had our event at the bookstore gallery. Big up to Kyle, big up to Corey, big up to everybody there, Justin. And, you know, man, it was a great turnout. Our guy, D-Web, man, he showed up, showed out. You know, he had a trading session. And prior to that, we had a phenomenal lady by the name of Tatiana come down from New York. She was also in town for Investfest. And, you know, that was our third event that we threw at the bookstore gallery, but that was the first time we ever incorporated some spirituality to our session. So she had a sound bowl, and it was particularly the heart chakra sound bowl, and gave off a particular frequency that had people, you know, really, really in their feelings. You know, we had a couple people cry out there. You know, we had 2 sessions, and each session somebody cried. So, you know, that energy was powerful. So it was good that I was able to meditate in public. I never meditated in public, so, you know, that was different for me. And I kind of had to, almost got into a deep meditative state the second go round, so I had to pull myself out of it because I started picking up on everybody's energy, but I don't want to, you know, go down that rabbit hole. But it was super dope. A lot of people, they actually had cards that were passed around, and people were able to have cards that spoke to them and their spirit and what they had going on. So it was just so much synchronicity, man. It was super dope. I'm glad people were able to come out and get educated in this space, learning about trading with D-Web. And we had some more people come through. We had, man, Miss Nifty Carrie. She came through from the West Coast, you know, representing Stand With Crypto, California. She was out there with, should I say it? She was out there with MJ out there at Investfest, you know, so she was out there representing. She came through, she showed love. It was her first time kicking it with us out here, you know, so that was super dope. You know, we showed her a good time. And
Shout out to Carrie.
Shout out to
Carrie.
Shout
I'm
out to
texting
Carrie,
her right
man.
now as she on the plane.
Yep.
We got our guy Ant Mathis. He in the building. He just dropped it off, so perfect timing, man. Yo, Ant, man, hop on the couch, man. Hop on the couch, man. We got space for you, brother. Come on, man. You know, we just recapping what's going on, you know. So we got Ant Mathis.
What's happening?
President of the Georgia chapter of Stand With Crypto. And, you know, we keeping it light tonight, man. You know, ain't no topics, nothing heavy, nothing
Web3
crazy.
Wavy.
That's right. So first, you know, we had, 3 events this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we just getting, you know, we got the ladies' take on how they view and their experience, you know, this weekend, man, with Investfest and our activations. So I got to ask you, brother, Ant, how was your experience this weekend during Investfest? I know you just came back from there as well, and you were able to have a phenomenal photo. I ain't even gonna blow it up yet, but hopefully what I might do, I might post the photo because I got it on my phone, so I'm gonna post it, you know, in real time.
32 like magic, you know, straight up. Put
magic,
some music behind it.
That's right.
Put that D-Web Forever Encrypted 32 like magic on it.
That's right. So yeah, man, tell us how you feeling, man.
I feel great. Thanks for having me, man. It's good to see Bleu and Kas on the couch. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to T.Gold and Just Cheeze. Shout out to the ladies in the building. It's been a cool weekend. I just dropped off Miss Nifty Carrie to the airport. The traffic in Atlanta today, this week has been like crazy. LA traffic, 405, just crazy. They're doing new construction on the roads. You know, people in town, extra probably 100,000 some people for other events. And just getting an Uber's crazy, just getting from point A to point B is crazy. and she just got to the airport at 8:30, and her plane left at 9:15.
Yeah.
Damn.
So she's good. Just know that she was able to get on and get out of here. So shout out to her. Appreciate the California Stand with Crypto president to come out and join us this week and get down with us and rock with us and bring some of her experiences here to share with us, but also to just see how we really rock and just, you know, that was dope. So appreciate that and shout out to her and Stand with Crypto. It was a dope week. I know that we've been, man, I think we were probably busier this week than we were during Atlanta Tech Week, to be honest with you. And we carved out some opportunities, starting off with our, you know, Thursdays events that we have regularly. That was, you know, dope to kick that off with, you know, an AI related type of event. And then on Friday we had Content Catalyst event. Shout out to Shayla Bowen and Vincent Owens for bringing that here. And that was an eye-opening experience, just how to automate your personal life, your business life, you know, projects that you're working on, how you can expedite things that you're working on using AI and those type of tools. So shout out to her. I was in cohort 5. I have a business, Atlanta Goods Company, that I've been working on for some time, and I just wanted to bring it through ABC. Appreciate that. Shouting out to, you know, Atlanta Goods Company and the family and the story behind that. And I'm looking forward to seeing what Atlanta Goods Company is about to do for the city of Atlanta and see how the world is about to receive it here real soon. And Kas and Bleu are going to have something to do with that project as well. We've discussed that, so I look forward to working with them. And then Saturday, you know, Vincent Owens did have an event. He created a boot camp, 4-week boot camp. So he started off you know, he's related to ABC. So we really had like 4 events, you know, with what he kicked off at the bookstore gallery on Saturday at Edgewood, and just educating. So shout out to him. He's hustling. He's really grinding. He's everywhere doing everything he can to be successful. So that's what it's all about in these times. So shout out to Vincent Owens and the Coffee and Crypto Company. And then we had, you know, a crypto event, a tokenomics event. D-Web had a technical analysis for web ties. Wealth establishes blessings to inspire earthly souls. I'm going to say that again like I always do. Wealth establishes blessings to inspire earthly souls. And D-Web was there for a technical analysis. Shout out to Kyle from the Edgewood Bookstore Gallery, T.Gold, Crypto Crew, working with Sidetrack, Just Cheeze, Joe Lewis, a.k.a. all around everything you need to say about that man. Shout out to him and putting that together. And shout out to Tatiana Ilya from coming down from New York. Tatiana is also an owner of Ilya Jewelry. I connected with her several years ago through, you know, some sound bowl healing and just, you know, mental therapy and just, you know, just life things, you know what I'm saying, and just also business. She's a super creative as well. And she was in town this weekend. I was like, you bringing your sound bowls? And she actually brought a sound bowl down. She brought a white sound bowl, you know, to open up the hearts. And I think she won over a lot of hearts Saturday night with bringing in her experience and sharing, you know, the sound bowls, the jewelry, coming down from New York and actually connecting with some other people that were here didn't even know it was an Investfest. So that was worked out, and she was super excited. She said it was actually one of her favorite events while she was here during Investfest.
Dope.
That's dope. And, you know, and a lot of people who were there last night were like, yo, this was different. I enjoyed this. This was getting ourselves right, but also learning about technical analysis. It's just like our energy has to be right in whatever we're going to and doing. And she got us right. And it's just cool just to see a lot of those reposts and recaps and tags and hashtags going out from what went on last night. So shout out to that event yesterday and those individuals that was part of that and everybody who came out. And that was number 3. I know it's monthly, so there'll be another one coming up soon.
That's right.
And today we had a brunch. We had a brunch at Ponce City Market at Worldcoin. And the story behind that is, you know, Worldcoin, Sam Altman, ChatGPT, there's an orb that scans your eyes to prove that, you know, you're a human being in this world of AI. It's going to be an important thing. You know, some people are for it. Some people are not really ready for that yet. It's a sell. You know, I was just sharing with some people, like, everybody ain't ready to do that. But you got to think about it. Like, when you put your phone up to your face, your eyelids, your eyeballs are getting scanned. You know, a lot of times, especially if you're doing face recognition. But also with just going to the airport. Like, you know, I just dropped off Carrie. You know, I was just talking to her. You going through TSA pre-check, clear. And we start talking about Worldcoin. They scan your eyes, they clear. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of those things. But the big thing about Worldcoin in today's event, which was cool, is that it was cool to know that we had that orb here a couple of years ago at Atlanta Blockchain Center, one of the first, you know, communities to introduce that to the world, like one of 5 or 6 communities around the world, and had, you know, people come in actually, you know, take part in that for Worldcoin. And then to know that there's a store that's here now in Atlanta due to those, initiatives and what we introduced, and to have Marlon Williams, the founder of, the Atlanta Blockchain Center through Starter Labs, to speak today on the origination of, why there's probably a Worldcoin store there. And, to know that, they're there now, and, they respect that, we brought the opportunity here to Atlanta, and we're going to expand more on that a little bit later, that in Worldcoin and things of that nature. So it was cool to see that, and I had to, cut out a little bit early from that. I had an opportunity to, Investfest was here since probably Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, today, probably ending sometime tonight. And with all the stuff that we had going on, of course, I wanted to make sure that we ate. That was on our plate, and I think we ate.
That's right.
We ate this weekend. I can say that.
And we cooked.
Sure did. And still cooking, you know what I'm saying? With, like, for me going to Investfest, I got over there about 4 o'clock. Right when I was getting there, Magic Johnson was going on stage. And in the middle of his, I was watching, and it's just cool to see Magic Johnson, first of all, just to be here in Atlanta, and just to speak about his experiences as a business owner and his transition from where he's from to a basketball player to a world champion, one of the greatest basketball players ever for the Los Angeles Lakers. Like, that's Magic Johnson. I'm talking about Magic Johnson. He's 32. In the top 5 for sure.
32.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it was just cool to hear him talk about his business ventures and giving some game on how to be successful in it, and to just say it with that smile on his face. Because, a lot of people forget, man, Magic, there was a time where, he had
HIV.
Some challenges, and I had an opportunity, in between, in the middle of his speech at Investfest, I was invited backstage.
Stop playing. Exclusive.
And,
exclusive.
I met Magic Johnson today.
Talk about it.
Let me get to it. I met Magic Johnson today.
Talk about it.
And it's dope because it's like Web Ties, who we've been talking about, has Forever Encrypted, and he has a song called 32 Like Magic. And if you listen to the song, it really just prophesies and manifested what happened today.
That's right.
When I get up off this couch, say that again.
I said we played
the
last
song
night.
last night.
You know what I'm saying?
Music, yeah.
And I played on the way up here. I met Magic Johnson like 3.5 hours ago.
That's right. Let's go.
And I'm listening to 32 Like Magic on the way up here, and I'm thinking, like, man, D-Web literally just stayed down. We stayed down. And making it happen, and now we feel like Aladdin. Like, I really feel, I've been telling, like, those close to me, it's like, with this team and the things that we work on, I feel like I can do anything, you know what I'm saying, in this space, with what we have. And I know it, and it's just cool just to meet him, and I was introduced to him by Carrie. Thank you, Carrie. He came, he was back there taking pictures, and he pointed her out, and he was like, "Who's that?" And she's like, "Oh, okay." Because a lot of people were trying to get at him, and I was like, man, whoo, I don't know how he do it. To be straight up, so many people reaching for him. And for me to just, like, slide in there and shake his hand and be introduced as the president of Stand With Crypto, Georgia chapter, Atlanta Blockchain Center.
Let's go.
And for me to say, 32 Like Magic.
Let's go.
Thank you. And him to say, keep blessing the people, man. And I told him I will.
That's right.
And, and I just kind of looked at my hand, and I was like, all right. And now I know what people say. They don't want to wash their hand, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got some magic on this hand over here, and I'm going to use it, you know what I'm saying, for the greater good of things in the space that we're in. So, and after, just me, cool, casual, just back there, just, chilling. And then I met John O'Brien, too. John O'Brien so John O'Brien is also a friend of Miss Nifty Carrie. And I met him, while he was speaking to Jatali Bellanton, who was one of the first people that I kind of really paid attention to in the space online about what blockchain, Web3, and crypto was. As I was doing my homework, DYOR, do your own research in real life. Joe and Toronto and I met in real life events. We were doing our own research, and she was one of those individuals like 3 years ago. And what's funny is I actually just shared her 2-hour video with somebody in this community that's new that said, "Aunt, you got anything you can give me that can just give me the basics of crypto?" Because Jatali does a really good job with that, of just giving the basics, and we do too, what I'm saying? So I always share all kinds of information with people to get them the basic knowledge so that they can be successful. And so I got a chance to talk to her. And she was actually interviewing John Hope Bryant.
Dope.
Jatali is a friend of Tatiana Ilya, who was there last night. So you guys see how like all these things are connecting, you know. So like they're really good friends, and like for like 15 years. And then here's Jatali interviewing John Hope Bryant, and John Hope Bryant is just, he got on stage and he was just like, the time is now, y'all. You know, it's time to level up. It's time to get organized personally with credit. It's time to get your business right. It's time to start businesses, buy homes, real estate. You know, he's more interested in blockchain than crypto. You know, crypto is a gamble to him. I can understand with that. I know there's some people that would like to educate him more on Bitcoin.
That's right.
You know, versus some of the other cryptocurrencies. Like, you know, Bitcoin's not a meme coin. You know, it's not even an altcoin. You know, there's some more security. And we all know the different layers to Bitcoin that can be shared with individuals. But thanks to all his work, he's originally from Compton. I like the stories that he shares about, you know, his family, like his grandmother, great grandmother being a slave, and you know, then his mother owning homes, and here he is, you know, prominent in, you know, financial literacy, and he's sharing with the world his successes. So it was dope just to meet Magic Johnson and John Hope Bryant consecutively like that within really pretty much an hour. And then, you know, just being responsible, getting our homegirl to the airport so she can get back home to her family, and then here I am with y'all.
Yeah.
That's right.
So full circle, dope week for me.
That's right.
Yeah.
God,
Yo,
thank you.
Yo, you smoked that.
Right
man.
place,
You
right
smoked
time,
that,
with the
man.
right people doing the right thing.
Inshallah,
Yeah.
man.
You know what I'm saying?
Inshallah.
So,
Yeah.
Most definitely, bro.
and I appreciate everything on the other side that's pushing and making this happen.
Now, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I'm gonna have to cue up some air horns, man. I'm gonna have to cue up some air horns
appreciate that,
specifically
man.
because, you know, you've been putting a lot of work in this space, man. You know what I mean? But I gotta salute to you, man. So them air horns is going off. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate
You
that,
know,
bro.
you know.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. And y'all make sure y'all get that Crypto Revolution by D Web on iTunes. It's on Spotify. It's on YouTube. Y'all make sure y'all be looking out for T.Gold and I Gets Busy.
You heard?
For some dope graphic tees is about to come out with some Stand With Cryptos and just some dope graphics. So coming out with that here real soon.
That's right.
And y'all be on the lookout for that Skylark too at some of these scavenger hunts across the country with some of these Stand With Crypto presidents and just some other organizations. Y'all check out with Skylark.
That's right.
Check it out. It's loyalty, it's gaming, it's rewards. It's a way for businesses to plug in with their community and just a give back utility. So it's a really dope project. I'm excited. And also shout out to DocuHero. Tia's not here, but she dropped on all platforms this week as well. And it was just really inspiring to see her work and work and work and then find the tools to use to bring what's in her head to fruition that she knows is going to solve a problem for so many people and it's going to make an impact and she's going to be able to leave a legacy for herself. So that's inspiring to see what I do. And like at the end of the day, yeah, I just met Magic Johnson. I just met John Hope Bryant. It was dope. But man, I get just as inspired by the people in the roof here because I know who we are and what we about to do.
That's right.
We them too.
Yo, man, round of applause, man. Round of applause, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man, you smoked that, man. You smoked that, man. And it's rightfully so, man, because you're putting in a lot of work, man. So, you know, for a lot of people who don't know, man, you've been in this space for a minute, and you've been connecting a lot of people. And like I said, I call us the Web3 Avengers. You're like the Nick Fury of the shit. You know, Nick Fury, he's the guy, you know, we like set the tone for the missions. You know what I'm saying? And like, you made sure when we was on a conference call, there was a wellness check, brother. You see what I'm saying? And we didn't even know we was gonna have like Tatiana at that point. You see what I'm saying? But we had a wellness check in the middle of everything we was doing because we organizing all these events. So that's extremely important. So for us to have, you know, a sound bowl session, getting us grounded, learning about chakras, and we talk about this stuff when we're not talking about crypto and Web3 and blockchain and AI. You know, so we're very spiritually, you know, aware people. You know what I'm saying? So it's the fact that we had synchronicities last night. It was a lot of them. A lot. You know, there's a lot of, it was so many I couldn't even count. And it was so much heavy emotion, but I really feel like, you know, again, we glitched the matrix, you know, and shout out to everybody who pulled up. Matter of fact, big shout out to Sharita and Cleo for getting that spot at, you know, Investfest, man, because we had a little corner out there. Let's give a round of applause for them, man. Man, Cleo and Sharita with A1 Digital. Just know that the only reason why we ain't got no, you know, stuff on the table right now is because we put on the table for Investfest. You know, so all of our brands, our flyers, our stickers, QR codes, to all of our brands and everything we built in this space, they was out there representing. So they had one table, but they made sure whoever had something that they built at ABC was represented out there. I had my shirts out there, you know. They had the shirts on. Big up to everybody who was interested in the shirts, who copped it and rocked it during the weekend, man, because, you know, it was super dope to get the support from the community. And again, shout out to Sharita and Cleo for having a booth
Absolutely.
at Investfest. You know, next to I got Corey too, and Red Pill and Blue Pill. You know, so we was out there. It was dope to see the conscious community and the Web3 community just really linked. You know, so with all that being said, and I thank you for everything that you have done. You know, we
thank all of you.
We appreciate you, man.
Absolutely.
You know, so we got these ladies here, man. We got, you know, Kas and Bleu here. So, you know, these women are so special to us that I definitely want to give a deep dive. Thank you, and we appreciate you, brother. We definitely going to give a deep dive and ask, you know, some real questions about these ladies and how they met, how they got into this space, because these women are probably some of the most knowledgeable women that I met in this space. Shout out to Naja Roberts and shout out to Iris Nevins. Those were the two first black women that I met in this space who supported what I was doing before I knew what I was doing in this space. And it was funny because Iris Nevins introduced me to Marlon. You know, so it was a ripple effect for my efforts, and it was somebody who co-signed me, and she just was like, yo, you know, I need to put y'all together. And you know, Marlon has done a lot for me as well, man. So, you know, it's a great community that I'm a part of, and I'm blessed to be a part of the Web3 Avengers, you know what I'm saying? So now we got, you know, some more Web3 Avengers, you know, from the feminine side. So now we're going to talk about what's going on with them and how long they've been in this space. Y'all can take y'all time to introduce yourselves, and at the end, I want y'all to plug y'all social media so people can follow y'all and find y'all. Well, who want to go first? Who want to go first?
I'll do a quick bounce off of Iris.
Dope.
Iris Nevins is a good friend of mine, and I kind of dived into the NFT side 5 years ago, and happened to build up a following of people who just wanted to learn. So I was on an app called Clubhouse, and I was pre-Beeple, right? So there's like pre-Beeple, pre-Bored Ape Yacht Club, then there's post-Bored Apes where people started getting into Yetis or try to buy two of everything because they saw how crazy apes went up and they sold it and then couldn't get back in. And so there's pre-Bored Apes, there's pre-Beeple, and then there's post.
That's right.
So I was pre-Beeple, and I actually was in the room of the drop, you know, when it happened. But I also discovered that there was a little bit of, for lack of a better word, gatekeeping too. So I decided to open up my own space, because you can open up your own clubs on Clubhouse. That was the cool thing about it. I was listening and speaking on so many different topics, if it was like medicine or biology or music. I was in a lot of music rooms. But I opened up my own club specifically for NFTs called NFTs Tips.
Dope.
So NFT Tips, anyone who wants to learn about it, come into it. I wanted to create more of an open space and not feel the anxiety that I felt trying to learn about the space. And it became this hub of people coming in from everywhere, including, you know, all the big chains, all the big platforms, because they're like, these few individuals are drawing such a crowd, and people buying NFTs, those are our customers. So we better learn what they're talking about, because we've never had this kind of traction on our platform before. You know, NFT NYC are like, we never really had a lot of people.
Wow.
You know, until, you know, so I like.
So y'all shaking shit up in
oh,
other words.
Yeah. So,
Dope.
but it was a safe place is what is the most important thing. It was like, it was a safe place. That's how we created the club, for people to learn, ask questions. And there are some key people like Natalie Crew, I always want to shout out.
Okay.
Big veteran in the space as well. So her and I would be on spaces just holding it down, just one at a time, answering questions for like 18 hours a day. Sometimes you do 24-hour. rooms. Yes,
Stop
this
playing.
was all before even
Oh,
X
man.
Spaces.
So let me ask you though, about how many people average in y'all spaces?
Well, the club is like 60,000 people.
Damn.
Yeah. And
That's like
we
a
did
stadium full of
drops.
people.
Back then there was something called NFT drops, and they would host it with us. And we would drop an NFT project, we would announce it, and that's how everyone would find out about it. That's how they would buy it, is they would drop it through our club. And so, you know, we kind of, different individuals, we went more specific into certain categories sometimes. So sometimes myself and a few others, we would do deep dives into music and NFT tips music room.
Dope.
And then some people would do like, okay, we do traditional art. Let's like do something there. I had a group that was poetry and calligraphy.
Oh, that's different.
And so we would have poets one by one read their poem and artists do live paintings. And they would say, okay, the poem's done. Do you want any line to be read back? And they're like, okay, yeah, tell me that one part you talked about the dove. Like, I really felt that or something. It reminded me of my father or something. So then they would restate that one line. And then at the end of the day, artists would have images and poets had a space to express themselves.
Dope.
And so just interesting stuff like that. So that's why we're on it so much, because it was like you could break down NFTs into anything, basically. But that's how I met Iris as well. She's like, Kas, I want to drop Chadwick Boseman. We're doing something with Oscars, and we want to do a drop room with you, right? Because that was the thing. It was like, we got to announce in the drop so people know.
That's right.
And so, again, there was a few of us individuals doing this, so I was like, it's not organized there. I'll just drop room. Because, you know, as long as one of the core people, I can open up the tips room, we can do a drop, let's do the drop. So we did that with Andre O'Shea, as well as Shay. So one male artist, one female artist.
Okay.
And that's where we connected. Like, I did her drop room for that, as was St. Jude's. No, not St. Jude's. It was for the colon cancer. So half of the proceeds was going to help people that, you know, as you know, he passed away from cancer.
Right.
So half of the proceeds from the sale of the one of one for Andre would go to research and helping.
Dope.
So
Wow,
that's where we connected. But, you know, we got even deeper and became friends, and we started being, she was saying, Kas, hopefully I'm not giving away too much about her, but she's like, Kas, I want to get in shape, I want to do certain stuff. In my background, I also have a personal training and sports medicine background. So I was like, let's be accountable about it. So I think it was like every week we would meet up and talk about diet and exercise and her progress and her life goals. And so just on a totally different personal note, you know, I kind of helped her get into the right habits and into shape. And then after that, you know, she got her coach to help her the rest of the way. So kind of a really nice friendship that just goes beyond crypto. That's why I want to mention that, because we're actual friends too. And I love hearing such good stories about how she's introduced people and really carved the path for a lot of people as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially in Atlanta, like Iris was the one before Marlon, like he mentioned her today.
Exactly.
At the Worldcoin store, he mentioned Iris, and she was the one that kind of was the trailblazer in Atlanta, specifically for Black artists in NFTs. So through her platform, Uma Daima, I met my co-host Just Cheeze.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I met Christopher Powell from Project Pi. I met Larry Moore, Crypto to A to Z.
Yeah, shout out Larry. Yeah.
I met Levi from Campini.
Wow.
I met Owen Rogers, big up to O. Like I said, Marlon. So because of Iris, she was a catalyst for a lot.
Right.
She's a
That's
very
a perfect word for it.
important person in this space. And she's the first Black woman I saw talking about crypto.
Yeah.
So I found out about her just doing my journalism, and I reported on just this Black lady doing a TED Talk in Harlem about crypto. Shit was dope as hell to me.
Yeah.
So shout out to Iris. Matter of fact, congratulations on the marriage and the healthy baby. Matter of fact, let's give that round of applause. Shout out to Iris, man. We gotta give you your flowers too, man. You super dope. We super dope. All right. So now That was dope, Cash. So now we gotta get into Bleu. You know, so Bleu, how did you get your start in this space? Because like it's obvious, you know, from what Cash's story was saying, y'all was on a Clubhouse. But tell me your story, and then I want you to tell us how y'all two met.
I'm gonna try to condense it as much as possible because it is crazy. How did I first get into crypto? I won't talk about I'm not going to say the name, but I had a deal on the table with a production company to take a TV show for me and to purchase it. And so basically, they were going to own my show. I wasn't going to get any royalties or anything like that. And I was told that this is how it works. You know, you can always make another one. And you just need to get into the door, get your name out there, all the things. And so a friend of mine sent me this video about this man bought this painting, this picture for all this money, and it was some digital money. And he was like, just take a deep dive in it, you know, look up some stuff and see what you think.
Now, what year was this?
2019.
Got you. Okay.
You know, and actually toward like pieces of 2018, because he really did send me 2018. He sent me a lot of information, so I kind of like knew about cryptocurrency, like blockchain, more tech side, but not like the currency side of it.
Got you.
And I saw the art, but I wasn't really paying attention because I was like really busy, you know. So, but long story short, saw a YouTube video from this guy named Mr. Fungible, and my guy was in the UK. He's in the UK. And he broke down this thing called NFT. And he was like, basically, I sent him a message and he was like, look, you can literally get an NFT and put your TV show on an NFT and you can get royalties or the artwork or the paintings and things that I had. I can make it this thing called an NFT and it can make this magical thing happen where I get some royalties, you know, and I can accept all these different payments. And so, you know, I got back into Twitter. I had a Twitter, but I abandoned Twitter a long time ago. I didn't use my Twitter. Like, seriously.
Twitter got ratchet.
It did. It did. So, like, I would pop on and off. It was like, it would be stressful. So I wouldn't really use it like that. But I get into, you know, X Spaces. And it was like on some DJing type stuff. You hop into a space and they say, you know, let's talk about your story and tell us, you know, what is it that you're working on as an artist, or tell us about your story and all those different things. But you would have thousands of people doing that with a literal panel like this. But we would be going like right now until like 5 o'clock in the morning. And
yeah, the spaces were like, way longer. Like, if you ask anybody on Clubhouse, it was way like, longer.
Yo, when I tell you,
there was some long X ones too. But
I mean, even like there was a space, Leap Space. Like, we would be in Leap Space for hours.
Crazy.
This dude, like, yeah. I mean, there's so, and not even just him. I mean, like, I Spaces myself. I hosted 24 hours, like,
y'all crazy.
Yeah,
listen, let me say something right quick. Check this out.
He's like,
yeah, we average
like,
about
we
2
ain't
hours.
doing that tonight, y'all.
Right,
he's
we
like,
average 2 hours. It's already
a
a late start tonight. Yeah. We already at like 10 o'clock. All right, so we're gonna try to keep this within that same window.
We ain't gonna talk that long.
You know what I'm saying?
We ain't gonna talk that long.
But now, I don't know, man. Somebody, I forgot. I think it was Ant. Somebody approached me this weekend about doing some like a longer stream on some damn near marathon shit. So you know, I'm not a streamer.
Somebody
you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to do too much. Yeah, somebody just that's too much. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I don't know. Who knows? But Sorry to interrupt. I just want to just make that disclaimer that we ain't gonna go no marathon.
They're grabbing their pillows right now.
No.
But all right. So basically, you got onto NFTs early, and same thing like the Clubhouse thing, right? Now, how did y'all meet?
In an X space.
Yep. So,
and X spaces back then.
They pretty much had the tech that Clubhouse had. Clubhouse, sorry, Elon, has superior tech for these types of conversations. It would never cut out. You could go forever. It was awesome. But yeah, one thing I just want to say, because I do want to give you a compliment, is I heard Bleu on the X Space, and there's not a lot of things or people that impress me. No, just saying. Because I'm the one hosting all the spaces. I was hosting the drop rooms. I was consulting the companies, the NFT projects. So that I'm doing that work. So there's not a lot of people that say stuff that impress me. There was a couple, but that's about it. But when I heard Bleu, the way that her brain thinks, beyond being very visionary, is also just catching patterns that I feel like people don't pick up. And that's something that I like to pick up too, because I go into the weeds of things. And when people talk about big news, Bleu will be talking about why that big news happened. And she will drop some stats. And so one of the big ones that I will always remember is talking about OpenSea. There was there was some things that went down, but Bleu was like, on the same day, OpenSea just reported that this is when free NFTs was a little bit of a thing.
Okay.
And they reported that, and they had to report, 80% of free NFTs were fraud. They were just like doubles, copies, right-click saves, right? But
that's whack.
But the interesting part is everybody was distracted by whatever was happening in the space. But Bleu was saying, did y'all know that they had to report this? And the other interesting thing that I'll add to it is, like, guess what? Even though they're free, right, they are always receiving the royalties on the flips. Because part of getting free NFTs was that you would get it for free, you just pay the gas, and then people would flip it. You know, so they would get the speculation, get the hype up, flip it, and make money off of something that was essentially free. But what they're not thinking about is that the platform is making money.
That's right.
Every time that transaction fee, they're making money. And so as soon as I kind of heard, how Bleu is thinking, I'm like, oh yeah, we need to talk offline. So we heard each other speak a few times. And it's interesting because we both attended IRL or in-person events all throughout the last 4 or 5 years and never ever met each other.
Wow.
And one day I had a colleague who was doing Jeremy Cowart's massive 10K drop in 20 minutes. He's an amazing photographer. He did a live AI 20 minutes of these images, photography that he did in person in Tennessee. And my homie was doing all the marketing for it. And so I flew out to support, and Bleu and I were kind of chatting, and I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna be here to support Jeremy Cowart's art. What are you doing?" She's like, "I'm in Atlanta. I can drive there." And that was the first time we met in person, and I was scared.
What year?
I was scared. How much? This was like a
2019, 2020?
No. So, yeah, maybe 22.
The end of 20.
Oh, 3 years ago.
Oh wow.
2-3 years ago.
I would have thought y'all would have met earlier.
I know, we're just so tight like that.
On Clubhouse earlier.
on X. On X. I was on
X.
Clubhouse,
Right.
then I came on X, and then I heard her speaking on X. So that's why it's only been a few years.
Wow.
But I was nervous because I was like, I've never met her in person, and Bleu is low key, very anonymous, very undoxed, and I'm the opposite. I'm everywhere, speaking all the time. I'm super doxed. It's my actual name on X.
Right.
It's my name here. I don't have
Alias.
tag name. I don't have any of that. So I was just like, yo, this is scary. I hope and it was awesome. We met in Tennessee, met a few other of the colleagues out there, and had some amazing spaghetti because Bleu can cook. Bleu can cook.
Hey,
oh my
right, yeah.
goodness, Bleu can cook.
That's right.
I was like, we're gonna be friends forever. Not just because you can cook, but that was the first time we met in person.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dope. Now that's a dope story. Mainly because having 2 women in the space, when I got into the space, it wasn't a lot of women in the space. It wasn't a lot of people of color in the space, let alone women.
Yeah.
But when I finally met y'all ladies, I met Bleu first at Wicked Wolf. We threw an event coming back from Bitcoin Nashville. And ever since then, she been coming to all of our events, but she locked in and then introduced us to Kas. And lo and behold, last year, 2024, all right, NFT Now is a major crypto news publication. They focus mainly on NFTs, right? But they had 13 people who were like movers and shakers in this space. And lo and behold, me and Kas was on that list. And it was crazy. There was some other people from Uma Daima on there. But it was just dope because I still don't know how they found us. But
it's Nevins. It's Iris.
It's crazy
it's
because
Iris. She helped that.
Oh, that's phenomenal, man. So for us to be spotlighted, you know, in this publication, this publication,
it was like trailblazing 13 trailblazing black
Web3, right?
Yeah, that you need to pay attention to,
right?
Yeah,
and it was
like that.
The crypto crew, and it was Kas Vegas.
Yeah,
only 13 people, and mind you, this is thousands of people in this space.
Yeah.
You know, so for us to be recognized, man, was phenomenal, man. And I didn't know you at the time, but now to know you and then lock in with both of you ladies, man, and y'all are part of the Atlanta Blockchain Center family, like, man, this is, people don't realize the synergy that this place has.
You know what's funny?
Mm-hmm.
Lawrence booked a meeting with me after seeing that article before we even met, NFT Energy. He booked my Calendly. He DM'd me. He DM'd me.
Yo, shout out to Lawrence, man. Yeah. Lawrence for NFT Energy drinks, man.
And I didn't know he was here. And then I come here and I get to see him almost every Thursday that I'm here.
Dope.
Put it in the work.
Dope, man.
Yeah.
It's a small world, man. So there's a lot of synchronicity. So that means we've been on God's time. And I really, really appreciate y'all, man. Y'all just don't know. And I wanted to get y'all stories because y'all are constantly tapping into our podcast. Y'all constantly giving us in the community great information. You know,
right back at you with your research, your journalism. That's like my favorite part. My favorite part.
Thank you. I'm so humbled by these ladies, man. I truly am, because they've been in this space before me, man. So they give me a lot of encouragement to keep going. So I had to sit you ladies down, and especially because, you know, you're going back to Hawaii, man. You're going back to Hawaii. So just know they got a couple of events going on. So y'all want to talk about those events, and then at the same time, people got to find y'all on social media. So I need y'all to promote your social medias where they can find y'all. And just know that they actually, man, I thought this was dope too. They have an event going on in October that they put me on to, that they want me to be a part of. So it's going to be the first time I'm going back home to New York to talk some Web3 talk. You know what I mean? So we taking token talk, you know, to New York now.
Yeah.
So we going to Brooklyn with it, Brooklyn Chop House. You heard? So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that, man. So just being a part of anything that they doing is super dope. And there's a convention y'all throwing in Hawaii, correct? Mm-hmm. All right, yeah, just talk about it.
Yeah, so I'll give a brief talk on the events, and then I'll pass it to Bleu. You can talk a little bit about Blue Water as well, because this is a leg of Blue Water. Is we believe that the experiences drive the adoption.
That's right.
Because I feel like sometimes you just talk at people, or they got to meet you where you're at on your social media, and there's a lot going on in lives. Everybody has their personal story, so we oftentimes want to bring the information to people in a way that's digestible, understandable, and experience it so it's memorable.
That's right.
Right? And that's going to help lead to the adoption instead of just, you know, talking at people at panels and things like that.
That's right. Good point.
I will be speaking at Honolulu Tech Week at the Pacific Blockchain Summit. It's only their second annual year. They just started the Blockchain Summit last year. And so shout out to Ellen, the Stanford Crypto president for Hawaii. When I went back home and I was like, who do I need to talk to kind of see what's going on here? Because I've been building in LA the last 5 years, and then Atlanta the last, year on and off at ABC. And so I met Ellen, and she's like, yeah, we really need you here because we need like locals, because Ellen's from out of town. She's from Singapore. but she's made Hawaii her home.
Okay.
And so she was working with like the government and such, and she got into blockchain by her job, saying you need to research this stuff. So she immersed herself in it. So my personal goal, beyond speaking at the summit, really glad to speak there, but is to do a Blue Water event. It's to do an event that meets the communities where they are. Dope. And so Blue and I have come up with some really great pieces to it, like a soccer tournament, where they could have Bitcoin and crypto as prize money.
Dope.
We want a NFC chip to NFT the jersey. So we want to have them have NFC chips in it, which connects to NFTs, so they can learn about blockchain that way. Just tapping a jersey.
That's fire.
So we're kind of, tapping into like athletes' apparel, just something you got to wear anyway. You got to show up in uniform to play a soccer game. We got to all have the same T-shirts. So things like that. A community cook-off where the voting can be on chain. So it's like, okay, cooking, people that love to cook, they can compete. But now the crypto immersion part is we're going to vote, but we're going to vote on chain. And so it's just things that are a lot more hands-on. We'll have a panel or two. But again, my goal specifically for Hawaii is to onboard Native Hawaiians and the locals.
Dope. Now, big up to Hawaii, because that's where you're from, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And, her hair, man, she gets so much Look, we live on YouTube, we live on Instagram, so if y'all can see right now, for the people that's on Twitter, aka, X, y'all can't see this right now, but she got some phenomenal hair. Her crown is just brilliant. You know what I'm saying? I just loved how it just
While we was walking to the event, people were literally honking the horns and stomping the cars, and they were like, "Your hair looks awesome."
That's right. Yeah.
One black man, he's like, "Yes, sister, yes." Like, he was
That's right. Now, it's good that you're getting this support from black people, mainly because, you're from Hawaii, but, you have a mixed background.
A mixed background. I'm Hawaiian, I'm Samoan, and I'm Puerto Rican.
Boricua!
Yeah, all the different islands. It's a tri-island party.
That's fire, yo. That's fire. Yo, and we got to give a big shout out to our guy, B Wise, man. He tapped in, and he's an avid listener. He was a member of the ABC fam, but he had to move out of state. He back home in New York, so he just wanted to let us know that he was just tapping in, you know what I'm saying? So,
we got
to shout out. Yeah, we definitely miss you, brother. So we definitely got to shout out the avid listeners and our people from ABC on our team who's solid, man. So, also, now, we got Just Cheeze back on the couch. You know what I'm saying?
Just Cheeze.
So just know that our guy Just Cheeze, man, he's repping the clips too, man. He got the Cause Clips merch on. We actually got the same shirt. You know what I'm saying? We ain't wear it the same day. You know what I'm saying? But I got the same joint. You know what I mean? From the Clips album. Shout out to the Clips. That was a phenomenal album.
Let God sort them out.
Let God sort them out. So, and man, this weekend was so dope, man. Again, I want to shout out Sharita and Cleo A1 Digital. They was repping us at Investfest. Shout out to everybody from ABC who pulled up to Investfest. Shout out to all of the new people who came to our events, right? Because however they found us, it's effective. It's working. We had one gentleman who was at all of our events. He's from New York. And he said, when he went to our event yesterday, he was like, I never experienced anything like this. And coming from New York, and now mind you, I'm a New Yorker, right? But that means they ain't getting it popping out there like that as far as with the Web3 events. So I'm glad that we tapped into this. And Cheese, we got to keep this up, bro. We got to keep these events popping. And shout out to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, I couldn't do all of this without you. You know what I mean? Number one, you was the very first person I ever met in this space. You and Jeremiah, right?
Yes.
Then you was gracious enough to lend your time to start this Twitter space that now evolved into a podcast.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? And now, you made your name, in this space, and you got your face on the banner over here along with NFT, man. So, we over here cooking, man, and I appreciate you, man. We got a lot of stuff cooking up for y'all. And you want to tell the people what we got this week? We want to tell them?
Yeah.
Yeah, let them know,
Alpha.
Cheeze. Let them know. This some
Alpha.
alpha for y'all, man.
We about to be on some mint and marquee type shit.
Let's go.
But yeah, we got a 3D printer.
That's right.
So funny thing was, me and T.Gold was like here last week, right? And I had stepped out. So we both had stepped outside, and I was just like, "Yo, I was thinking about getting a 3D printer." And he was like, "Yo, that's why I was also thinking about getting a 3D printer." And then he was like, "You want to go half?" And then we was like, "Yeah, let's go half." So we went half on the 3D printer, set up. You gotta start getting it activated and using it. But you know, now we can basically bring some of these things that you got in your head on your sentience to life, right?
Can't wait.
Couple them with the digital active Skylark stuff, getting to go on that too, scan the QR codes or tap something with the NFC chip like you just said, right? We can definitely start to really pull out some like you see what happened with the little boo boos.
Yep.
Yeah, we can make our own little boo boos.
That's right.
No, seriously.
Yeah, so like look out for that. But then you want to say what you want to make mention of the next thing.
Yeah, man. Just know that when y'all come to our events, y'all gonna be seeing something different. We're gonna be having our electronic billboards with us. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have these monitors. When y'all start coming to ABC, y'all gonna start seeing all of the logos from Project Pi, from DAP Hub, from Web Ties. Y'all gonna see DocuHero. Y'all gonna see all of these brands that Blue Water. Y'all gonna see all these brands represented on this digital billboard, because that's what our job is, man. To elevate everybody who built something in this space, specifically our builders in Atlanta. You know, we came together under this one roof and we treat it like church. You know, and I'm just happy and I'm extremely proud and humbled to be a part of this group, and Marlon recognized all of our talents, you know. But even with this 3D printer, we'll be able to take this device and help expand some of the ideas, because I'm sure there's going to be other people that's going to approach us about some of the things that they're going to want to do.
I already started talking to Chris, you know.
That's right.
Liquid Staking Collectibles.
Super dope, super dope. Shout out to our guys, man, Chris and Van, man. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Elijah too. He gotta give him a round of applause, man. For that position, for joining the team with Project Pi Labs, man. You know what I'm saying? So we're proud of that guy, man. I love to see our team elevate and expand, you know. And Project Pi is hiring people at ABC, y'all.
Yeah.
You know, so super dope, super dope. Anything else you want to tell the people? Matter of fact, how was your perspective and thoughts on this weekend on everything that we activated?
First off, I just wanted to say thank you for everybody who came out. I think it was for everybody like a good experience. And coming into, I mean, where do I start? Thursday we had our session here. That was great. Then we wrapped up, and then Friday we pulled up, and it was Shayla and Vince for organizing that session, and I had some activations throughout the space, so got some good engagement that way. People were able to win some prizes from the event, and then after that, you know, our Saturday event, Token Talk. So Ann had hit me up like maybe 4 days ago, maybe 5 days ago, I don't know. But basically he was like, what's the agenda at the event? Mm-hmm. I told him like we're gonna have upstairs, and he's like, y'all got room for somebody else? I was like, what you thinking? He's like, Tatiana's gonna be in town. I just want, you know, I told her to bring her sound bowls, and you know, maybe she can play them. I said, okay, man, let's make sure she brings some of these bracelets right here. These things are fire.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so she came through, and it was initially we were gonna like have her, like the energy that she commands is so powerful that like I was like she could just go downstairs and be by herself and she would attract
draw the energy
right towards her. But the Ant made a good point, like why not just start everybody off with a grounding session and then go into the trade talking.
That's right.
Right. So I was like, okay, fine. So we did that, and that was beautiful. Like she really like she did her thing, and that was just one bowl. Like imagine a session with like
all seven. Crazy.
Yo, that'll be. That might have been like a
psychedelic trip or something like that.
Might have been an earthquake.
Yeah.
Because the building was shaking.
The frequency. That's right.
The building was shaking on the G court. Yeah, people downstairs were feeling it, and that was powerful. And we had not only one session, we had 2 sessions of that.
That's right.
So it's like
powerful.
That was very like cleansing. Like the air was cleaned after that.
Not to mention, speaking of cleansing, she had us do the smudging with the Palo Santo. So, I was able to, we got to bring that back. I don't know, we got to incorporate that, but that was so dope, man.
Yeah. Nah, my thing is this. It was so polarizing in a good way that it created a perfect balance because we don't do that often, right? Like we're running around and going crazy and, just working hard. And she just really just basically said, stop, everybody, just stop. And, brought people, people were sharing parts of themselves that were very vulnerable.
Super facts. And on top of that, man.
And so my bad. Sunday, today was fire. Oh, the conversation. Marlon pulled up straight off Martha's Vineyards. That was fire to hear that, to see that conversation take place, especially how you suggested for them to do it inside of the orbs.
Yeah,
so that was fire. But I think judging by some of the reactions on some of the faces of the people that worked there and people that were walking by, I think we did a good job in bringing some life to that space, and now they can really look at our community here as a primary option for activating that location.
Man. Yo, Cheeze, man. I appreciate that perspective, man. You put in a lot of work too, man, this weekend, man. Just know that we got to give a big shout out to our guy D Web.
Yes.
For holding down that trading session. He actually performed too, you know what I'm saying? He performed that crypto revolution, man. So let's big up to him, man. He's getting out of his shell, man, because he was kind of shy from performing his Web3 music. But that's another thing, man. We got a bunch of dope artists out here, man. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate everybody who pulled up and supported all of our events, all 3 of them, all 4 of them actually. And man, yeah, that Worldcoin store, man, it was purposely done on some minimal shit. But I think y'all need to work on your maybe have your advertising outside loud and inside, quiet.
Yeah.
Because nobody could find your store. Like, look, listen, there was signs for every store in Ponce City Market except for the Worldcoin store, which was crazy. Yeah. So I think for marketing purposes, they need to have these signs.
They need to hire T.Gold.
Well, here's the thing.
We were walking.
They are actually hiring. They are hiring. They don't have
Think about it.
They don't have a store manager.
Crazy.
So
crazy.
Yeah.
So hey, if y'all interested in a job at the Worldcoin store, look into it. Ponce City Market.
They need you.
They need some marketing, man. You know what I'm saying?
They need it.
Some promotion, man, going on there. So, And Marlon came out in the all white. You know, he's all godly
Killed
with
the
the all
game.
white. You know, we had our guy RC. I think he had like a Chanel silk scarf on. You know what I'm saying? With the suede camo loafers. Like, yo, he be styling, man. RC be sharp, man. He be styling, man. But Marlon was sharp too. He had the Morehouse, you know, hand knitted sweater. That shit was fly, man.
That was the Martha's Vineyard Ralph Lauren collection.
Yeah, that was super fly, yo. That shit was super fly. I can't lie, man. You know, I love when my people put that shit on because sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas, man. It is what it is in this space, man. You know what I mean? So, man, it was dope, man. I enjoyed the weekend so much, man. I gotta call Tatiana because I need a one-on-one session because, you know, she does her channeling on some medium shit. So I always want to speak to a medium, specifically a black medium. So I think that's super dope, man. And I'll be remiss if I didn't say that I felt a little upset. Y'all know I had to run out during D-Web session because people started getting their cars towed, man. So we're going to put out disclaimers for the next go-round for our sessions at the bookstore gallery. Yo, don't park on the bike lanes on the same side of the street as the bookstore gallery. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. We had like 4 people run out of our sessions because their cars got towed. You know what I mean? So we're going to make sure that we're going to put on our Lumina events the exact areas where y'all can park. You ain't got to worry about that because, you know, I felt bad. And then at the event today, Kas and Bleu, man, they got their car booted, man. Like, what's going on? Yeah, it was crazy. They got parked across the street and then, you know, they was like, well, because you didn't shop in this plaza, we gonna boot your shit. So it was unfortunate. But you see they here, right?
They was out this weekend.
They was on some bullshit. They was on some bullshit this weekend.
Yeah.
You know, but we have to, regardless of what, we're gonna wish EYL Earn Your Leisure, you know, much success and positivity. All right, because they going through some drama right now. Here's the thing. Before this Investfest thing kicked off, Rashad and Ian, they actually, you know, they was popping their shit and they was calling people out. Honestly, if you ask me, if you at the top of this game, if you at the top, you shouldn't be shooting at anybody. They should be shooting at you. All right? But for some reason, they wanted to just call out all of these people without saying nobody's names. All right? And I felt like they should have did that maybe behind the scenes or maybe even on Blackout. But you did it on Market Mondays when people was supposed to be learning about investing. You know, so y'all was popping shit. And it was bad timing. You know what I'm saying? Because I hear a lot of people, when they go to Investfest, you know, they be motivated. It be motivating as hell. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people don't really walk away with, you know, something that they can really, really put into action. But if you ask me, any information that you get, you're going to have to execute on it. Whether you're getting it from us, whether you're getting it from EYL, don't matter. You got to execute on this information. You know what I'm saying? Whether you dollar cost averaging, whether you're doing research on certain projects and, you know, you want to build on Ethereum or you want to build on Solana, do your own homework, do your research, y'all. Man, another thing I definitely got to say is that we got to big up to Tia and her sister Tavy for the food. The food was busting today. The food was good, man. The brunch, another dope brunch, man. You know, yo, I didn't know they had the little tequila in the orange juice. I wasn't ready for that. You know what I'm saying?
Tequila wine
the regular one.
juice.
Yeah, tequila wine and orange juice, man. So I was a little tipsy
kind of
early,
mimosa.
man.
Yeah.
You know, but y'all had me on my Jamaican shit today. I was the videographer, I was the photographer, I was the DJ. You know what I'm saying? This shit was dope, man. And I was even, you know, engaging in some dope conversation too. We had some people pull through, man. Like some dope people pull through.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of ladies that came through. The ladies was in the house today. Ladies in the house today, y'all. So we definitely appreciate that, man. And big up to the bar chef. You know, big up to Marlon. Big up to RC. Man, who else we want to big up, man?
Big up to of course we got big up the bookstore gallery.
No doubt.
Right. And Kyle, Justin, Rashad over there.
No doubt.
Danielle over there too.
Tasha and DJ Pink
Tasha,
Flamingo too.
Yeah,
she held down the ones and twos.
DJ Pink Flamingo, for holding down the music. Got some good feedback from her that we can incorporate as well.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, like the ecosystems, right, that are being connected between there and here, right, and seeing the event take place there last night, and you know the other opportunities that people are working in these both spaces. Kyle came over to our event, right, and you know the way we can activate these places in the future, right? Bookstore Gallery is 5 minutes from that Ponce City Market location.
Yep.
Right? So we can really start to tie these spaces together.
That's right.
As far as activations go. So, and really build community in that area as well. So, in due time, it was dope to be in these locations, and basically, you know, even last night when we went out and we were walking around, I started seeing like small proof of what is to come.
Oh, at the underground
for the World Cup.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of prepping going on.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
Oh yeah, just be on the lookout. We got something cooked up for 2026 for y'all during that World Cup. You know what I mean? We got something major we working on. And the ladies, man, y'all gotta, before y'all go, y'all gotta talk about Blue Water. Alright, so we're gonna allow them to talk about Blue Water, and we're gonna have them talk about their social media so y'all can find them and follow them, because these women are phenomenal. Alright. Kas, talk about Blue Water.
Alright. Blue, you wanna hop in? Alright, I'll go first. So Blue Water is a blockchain solutions company that basically helps individuals, whether you're an artist, a musician, an athlete, as well as businesses and enterprises, pretty much be blockchain ready.
Gotcha.
And so that comes from smart contracts to being able to accept crypto, understanding regulations, to having real world assets tied into the blockchain. And so we've broke down these very specific smart contracts that are for each vertical and industry. So art and music and entertainment sometimes is just put in one pool, but they're very different.
Yes.
And those systems are archaic for different reasons. You know, so if you think of art, a lot of the value is in the scarcity of art, but music is the exact opposite. You want everyone to hear your music. And so the marketing's different. The issues in the industries are different. And so anywhere you can have a contract, Blue Water can turn the code into a smart contract and make it automated for you. So if you want something with royalties, we can make sure that that is a trustless way in which you get royalties.
Dope.
And not have to rely on a third party or APIs or things that make a middleman to your money. So again, to just use the music example, Spotify pays you 0.003003 cents per stream. And they make millions off of you. Billions, actually. And if you don't actually even label the metadata correctly on your music, and you're not paying your PRO, you won't even receive that fraction of a penny. So there's something called the black box, where when you don't even have the metadata of your music correctly, which means registering it, which means making sure the publishing and all the split sheets are right. You have to label, okay, this is a R&B song, this is the time, this is the vibe, these are the artists on it. If anything is incorrect on a technical aspect, you don't get paid.
Terrible.
So if you get your music, you're not going to get your music license if you don't have the correct metadata. The film industry just moves on because, you know, you're not going to get paid for it. So there's a lot of solutions that Blue Water has made with smart contracts that actually make sure if your royalty is 10% of that song, or 20 or 50, I mean, it's really up to you as the creator. I think sometimes we get trapped not knowing what our options is because we stick to systematic solutions, easy solutions, fast solutions. But with Blue Water, your solutions are whatever you need them to be. So we turn that into something that can be guaranteed, something that is creator centric.
Okay.
So yeah, we have solutions for every industry. So I mentioned music because I also produce music and create music and sing and songwrite.
Hey,
but
we still haven't heard any of that music.
D-Web's heard my music. He's heard my music.
Man,
Yeah.
D-Web, man. Oh,
but,
he heard it.
But I want to drop music on Blue Water. So that's the reason why I have music licensed and synced by Hulu, ABC.
Really?
On a show called Not Dead Yet. Amazon, on Toya.
So you really talented.
I do. I have music. I have music synced. But I'll get like a couple bucks from those royalties. I've done a collab years ago where I put a 1.5-minute instrumental on an anime drawing with my friend Gray Radian. Shout out to her, and we animated it. We split that 3 ways. I got 4K.
Wow.
It was a 12K sale for a 1.5 minutes of my music plus the animation, and it was her highest sold NFT at the time, maybe ever. It was 3.55 ETH that we split 3 ways. So it was a 1.5 minutes that I got over 4K for, or the $1 to $2 I get, every quarter from ABC.
That's
right.
Choose
Choose your hard. So I've experienced both, and I understand the archaic pieces of the music industry, and in blockchain we have a chance to improve those systems.
That's right.
So just speaking from that experience, that's why I like to use music examples, just because I have my foot on both ends.
Nah, that was a great example. We appreciate that information. Yeah, man, y'all need to tap into Blue Water now. Blue Water. Blue Water.
Yeah, I mean,
talk about it.
I think Kas did a great job. I think I get excited about making blockchain easy for the everyday person in like our everyday use cases, like buying a home, and securing your foundation, directly on the blockchain, but making it as easy as me grabbing my phone or grabbing my phone or like going to my laptop, and it's like I want to look for my home, but I want to make sure that the purchase is on the blockchain, and having like the hard technical, like we can go tech, and I don't think people feel like it's too much information. I just think you have to feed it in a way that they can retain it.
Good point.
And so like I'm really excited about Blue Water being able to take blockchain and breaking it down to whatever genre that's easy for you to understand. So if I'm explaining blockchain in an analogy and I'm breaking down how basketball works and I'm like, blockchain is like this, and they get it like that. Or if I'm talking to somebody and I'm saying, hey, if you understand how selling different things like your CDs and your albums, think about like how you had physical pieces versus like how you had digital, and them getting that concept. So just like being able to make easy platforms, like you have one site where it manages everything you do for your life.
Oh, that's great. That sounds phenomenal.
And you have your own private AI agent housing and running all of that. With your own secure data, your own storage that houses your own data. That's a totally different game and a different type of like mindset, because everything everyone is using right now is literally signing all of their ideas and all of their assets over to these bigger companies. And it's like taking advantage of the lack of knowledge of what is actually out there. You know what I'm saying? So
we're training these models. They're not training us. We're training them.
By the data.
Yeah.
That's a good point. So, I'm glad that you ladies are solving a problem and giving opportunities, for companies who are interested in building on chain, and giving access to their data. And data is important, you know, because right now, with us being able to be in this space is decentralized to the point where we can own our data, we can get paid for sharing data now. Yeah, it's important. It's important. So I love what you ladies are building. I love what y'all doing. Can y'all talk about the name? How'd y'all come up with the name Blue Water? Obviously, Blue. That's your name. That's your alias. You know, that's the rap name. But like, how did y'all come up with the Blue Water?
Well, it's definitely something that is on a totally different. It's coming from a totally different mindset, and when you understand like water, and not just any kind of water, you want blue transparent water. And the thing about you know, learning and hearing from a really great individual, Bruce Lee, he would talk about, you know, the functions of water. And the thing is, you need to be able to adapt and be able to be transparent, but be able to, you know, form into whatever shape you need to. You know, water can freeze, you know, water can evaporate, you know, and it's just is able to adapt to whatever it needs to do. And so I think being able to have blue water, be able to say like, look, we're telling people to do blockchain, and blue water is exactly that, you know, be able to do and build whatever we need, you know, directly on the blockchain. So blue water.
Dope. Like Bruce Lee said, man, be like water.
Be like water.
Be like water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh man, that's super dope. So yeah, y'all take advantage of this platform. Y'all get with these ladies, man. If y'all looking to, you know, if you got a Web 2 company and you're looking to get into Web 3, or if you're just an artist
Or an athlete.
Yeah,
we do NIL deals.
Dope. Even better, man. So see, that's a wide range of things y'all can cover. So yeah, y'all need to tap into these ladies, man. They're extremely phenomenal and knowledgeable in this space, and they can help you get right on chain.
There you go. Yeah.
That's right.
You heard? So yeah, man, is there anything else y'all would like to mention? I know y'all got to shout out y'all socials.
Yeah, we'll
shout
do
out
that.
Y'all socials,
We'll do
yo.
that. Okay. So I'm Kas, Kas _ Vegas. Vegas like Las Vegas. That is my last name. I'm not from Vegas. I'm from Hawaii. So Kas, Kas _ Vegas on IG. On X is __. So Kas, Kas _ Vegas.
Blue, where they can find you?
On X, you can find me at
Blue all day.
BLEU, and then ALL, and then the word day, DAY.
Blue all day.
Hey, now the events. Do y'all want to mention the events?
Yeah, so September 10th in Hawaii, 10th and 11th. And this is going to be a rolling event. So we have some really great partners and sponsors. I won't announce them yet,
Okay.
but we have some really good partners. One of them that came out of Hawaii, went global, and now it's circling back, and they're doing something with us. So I'm really proud of that one.
Dope.
Yeah, and that one's September 10th and 11th, and then I'll be speaking on September 12th at the Pacific Blockchain Summit as well.
Hey, super dope. Let's
Talk
go.
about New York.
Yeah, and then in New York, October 9th, 10th, and 11th, we'll be at the Brooklyn Chop House. And so
will T.Gold.
Hey.
Yeah, we have a special guest T.Gold.
and then that great man over there sitting next to him.
Just Cheeze.
Just Cheeze.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'll be able to
Skylark
take my
will be in the
people to New York,
building
give them a
as
tour of
well.
New York. Yes,
You know,
sir.
To turn it
So we'll
up.
have Skylark in the building, Project Pi. You know, it's gonna be a list of folks. It's like my guy says, with the Avengers. You know, just coming together. But it's like we're just figuring out ways to, you know, make it easy and make it understandable. But then like more than just talk about it, giving the individuals tools. So when they come to these type of events or activations or gatherings, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to leave with a wallet, but it's actually gonna have some funds in it.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't go to your people and be like, hey, you gotta learn about this, or like, please invest in this or read about this. Like you said, you gotta show them. You know, when I come, I'm gonna see like, hey, clothing is a little different. Like, if I tap it, it has this technology, and then this technology has ways to produce all these different rewards. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, how do you like educate as many people as possible and just empower them with the right tools so that they could just keep going, and so many people can heal and like literally change people's lives.
Great, man. I'm so thrilled to see the future of Blue Water and the future of Skylark and the future of TCK. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all early stages, man.
And you're DJing too, bro.
Oh yeah, you know I got little skills on the DJ 1 and 2. You know what I mean? I do my thing, my 1, 2 thing. Y'all had me out there DJing.
You killed it today,
too,
bro. You killed it today.
I had to be on my fly R&B shit because the vibes call for that. You know what I'm saying? The room for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? The brunch vibes. I set it off with brunch on Sundays with the nines, right? You know what I'm saying? Had the Afro beats vibe. You know what I mean? I had a lot of dope vibes popping, man. Yeah. But there's one more individual I got to shout out to, man. My guy CJ the smart guy.
Yeah.
He pulled up, man.
He's gonna be in Hawaii.
He's gonna be in Hawaii too.
Yeah.
So let's big him up. So CJ the smart guy, man, he actually was the one to get Dr. Jamal Montgomery tuned in and tapped in with us. So shout out to Doc, because he pulled up, him and his wife Khadija, they pulled up a couple of weeks ago. And then, you know, we had CJ pull up this week to ABC, man. You know, he came to a lot of our events. Yeah. And he spoke with Dr. Boyce Watkins, you know, so I think it was like the Black National Convention or something like that. Something like that was going on. So let's shout out to them. You know, and
shout out to our guests here.
Yeah, and we got some guests. We got some guests in the building that pulled through. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Asia.
That came through and showed support. You know, Asia and Keisha. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate them for showing support.
Hanging out still.
And hanging out, you know, and pulling up to the events.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so I'm happy about that, man. So, yeah, man, with that being said, again, big up to Carrie, Miss Nifty, coming through. And we're going to be pulling up to Cali. We're going to go to Cali. We got, you know what I mean? We need that California love, you know what I'm saying, when we go out there. So I'm looking forward to going to the West Coast and seeing that West Coast hospitality. Next time she come out here, we're going to have a whole game plan for. Matter of fact,
we're going to play Uno.
We're going to take you to the strip clubs, you know what I'm saying? We're going to get you the Magic City Wings, you know what I mean? We're going to take you to a few spots, get you right, take you to a little hookah lounge, man. But yeah, we got to show her the city the right way, you know what I'm saying? We definitely got to show her the right way, you know, so... With that being said, shout out to everybody who pulled through to the Worldcoin store today. Shout out to, again, Tia and Tavy for the food. Hosting a phenomenal event.
I did phenomenal.
That's right. Shout out to the bar chef. Shout out to Tatiana. Shout out to Ant Mathis. You know, shout out to our guy D Web. You know, Kyle, Corey, Bookstore Gallery Crew.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, it's so much, man. I can go on, man. But man, what time? 10:45. So we did an hour and a half today, y'all. We started about 9:15. This was a late start. You know, I want to appreciate everybody tapping in on Instagram, everybody tapping in on YouTube, everybody tapping in on X, aka Twitter. And man, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, ladies. I'm glad that y'all finally came through in the flesh, man.
The first night Sunday.
That's right.
Tell the people the time on Sundays that you always do. This is a special one.
Yeah, this is a special edition.
So tell them the actual time, you know, so people know.
You know, the normal time is 4:20. You know what I'm saying? So all my people who get their lungs dirty, y'all already know what it is with the 4:20. You heard? So with that being said, man, is there a special song y'all want to go out on? Is there any kind of vibes y'all want to go on? Because, you know, we always play some dope vibes, you know, to end the session, man. You know, what y'all want to go out with? Y'all got any requests? Any requests, ladies? Anything?
Coming in hot.
Let them.
She said coming in hot.
Coming in hot?
Andy Mineo.
Okay, who? All right, I'm going to let y'all select that vibe right there because I don't think I know who that is. You know what I'm saying? I probably heard the song, but I don't know.
It's on a lot of commercials.
Oh, it's the song from the commercial.
Definitely heard, oh boy, right
Yeah, I think I heard that song a few times. Yeah, oh yeah. Lecrae, yeah. I heard this before. Yo.
I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive.
Hold up. I gotta remind y'all, this is episode 80 of the TCK Web3 News Roundtable with your boy T.Gold. Alright, we got Just Cheeze, Kas Vegas and Bleu here. You know, shout out to NFTia. You know, she out there with the bar chef. They out there smashing up the city. But yo, this was a phenomenal weekend. I'm going to decompress a little bit because I need to organize like a trip or something. I got to go to Puerto Rico, so I got to decompress. But just know I had a phenomenal week in my team. We the Web3 fucking Avengers, and we showed up and showed out. Thank you to my team. I love y'all, man, so much, man. I appreciate everybody listening, tapping in to our podcast, man. So we're going to go out with Lecrae. We coming in hot. You know what I'm saying? We scorching.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You heard? It's your boy T.Gold. Another episode. Web3 News Roundtable. This is TCK. You already know how we do. Episode 80. We out. Peace.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot.
Thank y'all.
I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive.
Y'all, man.
No big. I feel like pop.
Special
Shoot
night,
the shot.
special day, special weekend.
Coming in hot. But I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like pop. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in. Coming in.